Blue Ivy Carter is not just growing up in the spotlight. She's thriving in it, mastering the art of live performance, and gracefully handling the unexpected with the kind of poise many seasoned artists spend years trying to develop. It's no longer surprising to see her glide across the stage alongside her mother, Beyoncé, and hold her own with remarkable confidence. But every now and then, a small unscripted moment reveals just how much of a natural talent she truly is, and how deeply the legacy of excellence and grace under pressure runs in the Carter family. During a recent performance on Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter tour, a brief but telling moment unfolded that gave fans an even closer look at Blue Ivy's growing professionalism. While performing the emotionally resonant track, Protector, Blue Ivy joined her mother on stage, along with her younger sister, Rumi Carter. The moment was already special. It was a song rooted in themes of family, protection, and love. And having all three generations of Carters present only deepened the atmosphere. But just as Beyoncé reached the chorus, something unexpected happened. Something that could have easily flustered even the most seasoned performer, as captured in a fan-recorded TikTok video posted on May 15th. Blue Ivy had just finished executing a dance move that required her to lower her head near her mother, who was seated on a step on the stage set. The lighting hit them in just the right way. Beyoncé in her shimmering outfit, her blonde highlighted hair flowing, and Blue Ivy radiant in her stage attire, moving gracefully and with rhythm. But as Blue lifted her head, her eyes suddenly widened. In that instant, she realized something had gone wrong. Her gold hoop earring had become tangled in a strand of Beyoncé's hair. Now, most 13-year-olds, and honestly, many adults, would panic in a moment like that. The combination of being on stage, surrounded by lights, cameras, a massive audience, and a tight performance schedule would be enough to cause most people to freeze or react clumsily, but not Blue Ivy. Without even breaking character, without losing her composure or falling out of rhythm, she carefully reached up and began untangling her earrings. Her movements were swift but delicate, clearly aware that any sudden tug might hurt her mother or draw attention to the mishap. Remarkably, while Beyoncé continued to sing, seemingly unaware of the situation, and little Rumi remained focused, in her own world, Blue managed to not only free the earring from the tangle in her mother's hair, but also continue performing. She even managed to slip in a few choreographed moves during the few seconds it took to resolve the issue. The entire incident lasted no more than 4 seconds. And yet, in that short time, Blue Ivy demonstrated the kind of grace, quick thinking, and professionalism that typically comes only with years of experience. The clip quickly spread across social media, drawing admiration and praise from fans all over the world. In the comments section of the viral video, viewers were stunned by how composed and focused Blue remained under pressure. She's so professional for taking it off. I would have made a whole scene trying to untangle it. One user commented. That sentiment was echoed by dozens more, with another fan writing, "Blue is a professional, and it's moments like this that shows that." A third fan perhaps said it best. "Wow, she learned from the best on how to handle mistakes. Smart on her feet, Beyoncé doesn't miss a beat either. This was more than just a sweet, fleeting moment between a mother and daughter. It was a quiet, powerful testament to how much Blue Ivy has grown, both as a performer and as a young woman navigating an extraordinary life." The grace with which she handled the earring mishap might have seemed like a small thing on the surface, but in truth, it was the kind of moment that reveals character, maturity, and learned discipline. Her ability to handle such an unexpected hiccup with calm and focus is not an accident. It's the result of the time, effort, and passion she has poured into her craft. Blue Ivy's journey as a performer didn't start overnight. It began in May 2023, during the Paris stop of Beyoncé's Renaissance World Tour. That performance marked the first time the world saw Blue Ivy fully step into the spotlight with her mother. What began as a tentative entrance into the world of performance has since blossomed into a recurring and much anticipated presence on stage. From that very first performance, there was something magnetic about watching Blue Ivy on stage. She wasn't just Beyoncé's daughter trying to tag along. She was there on her own merit, performing choreographed routines, connecting with the audience, and exuding a quiet but undeniable sense of confidence. And with every show that followed, fans could see her evolving, becoming bolder, more fluid, more sure of herself. It was as if each night under the lights was helping her discover another piece of who she was and what she was capable of. In a deeply revealing interview with GQ in September 2024, Beyoncé opened up about what it was like watching her daughter grow in front of the world. She admitted that her initial reaction to the idea of Blue joining her on stage was one of hesitation. "She's a natural, but I did not want Blue on stage," Beyoncé said. Her concern wasn't about Blue's ability. It was about protecting her from the harsh scrutiny that often comes with the public eye. Beyoncé, who has spent her life under a magnifying glass, understood better than anyone how unforgiving the spotlight could be, especially for a child. But Blue Ivy was determined. Blue wanted it for herself. Beyoncé continued in the interview. She took it seriously and she earned it. And most importantly, she had fun. We all watched her grow more and more every night before our eyes. That line, "She earned it," was not just a proud mother speaking. It was a statement of fact. Blue Ivy didn't ride her mother's coattails. She worked. She learned. She showed up. And night after night, she proved she belonged. Watching Blue Ivy on stage today, you see the result of that dedication. Her movements are precise, her expressions confident. She understands stage presence. She feels the music. She reads the room. And most importantly, she doesn't get rattled when things don't go exactly according to plan. The earring moment was proof of that. And perhaps just as noteworthy was the fact that Beyoncé didn't even flinch. That too says something about the trust between them. Beyoncé knew her daughter had it under control. And she did. The symbolism of Protector, being the song they were performing in that moment, adds an emotional layer that didn't go unnoticed by fans. The track, an ode to motherhood, to shielding one's children from the world's storms, took on new meaning with all three Carter women on stage, Beyoncé, Blue Ivy, and Little Rumi. And in a beautiful twist of fate, it was the child who, in that brief moment, was the protector, preserving the flow of the performance, saving her mother from distraction, and doing it all with love and instinct. That moment, caught in just a few seconds of TikTok footage, rippled across fan pages, discussion boards, and entertainment outlets for days. But for Blue Ivy, it was likely just another step in her journey, another challenge handled, another lesson learned. The world may still see her as Beyoncé and Jay-Z's daughter, but she's carving out her own space now, not just as a performer, but as an artist with her own instincts, her own rhythm, and her own style. She's inherited talent, yes, but what's even more admirable is how she's developing discipline, emotional intelligence, and a deep understanding of what it means to perform, not just with technique, but with heart. And the public is watching with admiration, not just because she's famous, but because she's proving herself worthy of that stage. Time and time again. Every great performer has a defining moment, a split second when instinct takes over and transforms a potential disaster into a demonstration of grace. For Blue Ivy Carter, that 4-second interaction with a tangled earring may well be one of those defining moments. It was quiet, unannounced, and likely missed by half the audience. But for those paying attention, it was everything. It was a glimpse into her future, a sign that the next generation of greatness is not just coming. It's already here. And while Blue Ivy continues to build her own legacy, what remains most touching is the support system around her. Beyoncé has never been just a mother who brings her daughter to work. She's a mentor, a guide, a protector in every sense of the word. By allowing Blue Ivy to take the stage, only when she was ready and had earned it, she gave her daughter something more valuable than fame. She gave her the tools to succeed, to recover, and to rise.